Hey guys, morning greeting from me in my pink robe. You guys are probably like, why is this girl always in her robe? I'm always in this robe. My best friend bought me this robe like 5 years ago, maybe even more. And it's like my warm robe. Like, I don't use this robe in the summer because I get really hot because it's like that like fuzzy material. But this is like I just got out of bed. It's cold in the house because the AC is super low. Anyways, hi, good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas. It's almost 10 o'clock. I woke up hungry today. So I think I'm gonna make myself a slice of avocado toast with some egg. I am working from home today again. Tomorrow we have a lot of stuff that we have to do at the office. So we're taking today to work from home because tomorrow we have inventory arriving. We have to package some orders. We just have lots of other things that we have to do like in person. So today we're just gonna work from home. I have to go grocery shopping, so I need to make my menu. I don't ever make my menu on Tuesdays. I always make it on Sundays. But I think I want to go to Trader Joe's today. I haven't gone to Trader Joe's in so long. I haven't seen any of like their new seasonal stuff. So I need to make my menu so that I don't overbuy. Kind of what I'm doing today, I took out chicken and I have no idea what I'm gonna make. I wanna make something fun and yummy and new, so I gotta look in my Pinterest. That's where I have like all my recipe ideas and stuff like that. Pepper. Garlic. Everything but the bagel. Usually I use red pepper flakes, but I'm out, so I have this like spicy mixture. Just gonna pour it. And then hot honey. I have this one from Trader Joe's. Boom, breakfast. When I make my menu, I go through Pinterest and I look through all of the boards that I have. I'll go through all of them and I'll see what I want to make when, or I'll like decide on like a top list of things, and most of the time I'll try to like switch it up and do like an Asian dish, an Italian dish, a like Mexican dish. Like I'll try to do different things like that just to switch it up. And I love watching the ones that are like there's a video in there because you can see each step. Oh, that looks delicious. Okay. So that'll be one of them. So I'm gonna do stuffed shells, but I'm gonna do the stuffed Mexican style shells. And Sunday I usually like to make something like comforting and cozy kind of, because it's Sunday. So I'd like to make like a chili or a soup, but the way this weather is set up. Okay, so that's kind of it. All right guys, so I ordered my groceries on Amazon Fresh because I don't know if I'm going through seasonal depression, which would be maybe I am, I don't know. It would be very weird for me because like the weather doesn't really change much here. Like it's not like we're stuck inside because of snow or because it's too cold. I don't know what it is, but my like mental health has been on the rocks the last couple of weeks really. And I'm usually Tyler was telling me yesterday, he's like, you're normally such a positive person. Like I'm not pessimistic, I'm a really optimistic person. I can usually snap my mind back to normal, and I don't know what it is, especially like the last couple of days. I'm like not motivated to do anything. I feel like nothing is going as planned. I'm not finding like cheer in anything. I don't understand. Like, and I'm like the type of person, I look at the glass half full always. Like I'm always thinking about like how blessed I am, how fortunate I am, how just like good overall. Like I'm healthy, my family's healthy, my fiance is healthy. We have this roof over our heads. We have no shortage of food or anything at all. My business, thank God, is still kicking. I don't know, I don't get it. And I guess that's kind of just what like anxiety and like things like that are. And I'm not somebody that like struggles with like anxiety at all. Like I have anxious moments, but I'm not someone that lives with like chronic anxiety. I mean, I'm sure that's what anxiety is. It's like it's like your mind is making up things for you. And it's like I try to get outside because getting outside really makes me feel better. I've been going on walks every day, 2 walks sometimes, sitting in my backyard, really just like trying to get out. I've tried getting ready, doing my makeup, doing my hair, putting on an outfit, and still I just feel like sad and like very unmotivated to do anything. And it's so frustrating because I am so blessed and have so much to be grateful for, and I am so grateful for. I pray, I put on worship music, everything. Like I watch my Sunday services, and even my like service this last Sunday was talking about like, as people, like as humans, we never count our wins. We're always thinking about the next thing that we have to accomplish, and we never just like bask in the wins. And like our pastor was saying that he wrote down 31 wins that he had throughout the year. So me and Tyler went back and forth, and he did a win and I did a win, and we went back and forth just listing all of the small wins that we've had throughout the year. And I'm so like aware of that. Like I'm not someone that just thinks that their life sucks, because it doesn't. I have an amazing life. I have amazing friends. I have an amazing family. Everyone's healthy, which is the most important part. I have no shortage of anything. I have food on my table. My bills are paid. So it's like, what is there to not feel happy about, you know? And again, I know that's basically what anxiety is, and that's what mental health and things like that are. And it just sucks. It sucks so bad because I'm not stuck in this rut where I just think my life sucks. It's just I can't get out of this rut of like feeling sad about certain things. Like I don't get it. And like I don't know if I just need to like lay down and do nothing all day. I don't know if I need to force myself to get out. I was gonna go to Trader Joe's because I was like, oh, that'll be so fun. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I just ordered my groceries online. So it's like, I don't know if it's because we like haven't traveled at all this year. Like we haven't really gotten a break at all from like life and our routine and all that. And I like routine where like I like to be in my routine, but I also like, I'm a very spontaneous person and I like adventure and things like that. So it's like when everything is the same every single day, it starts to like kind of mess with me. So I'm not sure if maybe that's it. Like we went to New York in May, which New York is not a vacation. We went to New York in May and we went to Mexico in April, but that's it. Like, and normally we usually travel 4 or 5 times, sometimes even more. And I don't know what it is. Like, I really don't know what it is. I really don't want to stay in this funk. I don't like feeling like this. I don't like feeling negative. I don't like feeling sad. Because I'm generally, like I said, a really happy, positive person. I'll complain about nonsense, but like I don't stay there. Like my mind doesn't stay there. So I don't know if I need to just like disconnect and like maybe blast some music and clean my office room. I've been feeling like this since yesterday, and I had like a couple good days, and last week I was feeling like this as well. And I know a lot of it has to do with work and running a business. It's so hard. Like it is so freaking hard. And I was talking to Tyler yesterday about it, and I was like, you know, with anything that you're offering people, that it's up to people to spend their money to sustain your business. It's a very hard pill to swallow and something really hard to like grasp, because like Tyler says it all the time, like he's like, you know, tattooing, that business is not something that people need, which is so true. Like it's up to his clientele to want to spend their money with him, and that's what pays the bills. That's what pays his car. That's what does all those things. So it's like, it's very hard to accept that the fate of your business relies on other people, if that makes sense. Like, same thing with like makeup artists, same thing with hairstylists or people that offer services. Like, people are only going to need you when they need you. It doesn't matter. The rest of it doesn't matter. Like, so it's kind of like that with like my business. Like, there's obviously so many places that you can buy anything. You can buy whatever you want, wherever you want. You can get overnight shipping on Amazon. So it's like, it's up to our customers to want us, and then them spending their money with us is what keeps our business going. It's what makes us be able to design more items and create more items. It's what pays our entire team. Like, that's the way that I live. It's the way that Brendan lives. Someone makes money to spend money with you so that you make money and spend money other places. Like, I totally get it. It's the way of the economy. It's just such a weird thing to accept. Like, it's not like you're working somewhere that wherever you go, you just clock in, you make your money, and you leave. Owning a business is the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's really, really hard. I don't want to make you guys feel negative or sad or anything, so I'm gonna end the chat here and I'll talk to you guys later. Hi, you guys. So it's been hours and I went to my bedroom and I was like, no. I was working for a little bit in bed and then I ended up falling asleep. I'm just taking it for what it is. It is now almost 5 o'clock. I woke up. Tyler's not here. He went to work and I have groceries here. So I'm assuming my Amazon fresh order got here while I was asleep. So I figured I would show you guys the few things that I got. I spent like 80 bucks. This chicken right here, 3 packs of those, 1 pack of like beef strips for that, and then I got salmon again. This is the salmon that we made yesterday and I really liked it. Some ground beef, just to have it for any recipes that I might think of that I want to make. I got these for him last time and he really liked them. These are blueberry, there we go, blueberry muffins. That's the brand. And then I got a few things. I got corn, black beans, some breadcrumbs, basil pesto, sun-dried tomatoes. I got a bottle of extra virgin olive oil. I got my aligners in. These are my final aligners. I have, I think, I don't know how many left. I have 5 left. Let's see how this number 5 looks. I was having a talk with Tyler about like how I feel, why I feel how I feel before I fell asleep, and we were talking about how I'm like a very tradition-based person. Like, I love tradition. I love traditions, and because I come from a really big family, a really big Puerto Rican family, we have a lot of traditions within my family. I have 4 sisters, a brother, 6 nieces and nephews. I have a very, very big family. But this year, my younger sister and her now fiance moved to Georgia like 2 months ago. My second oldest sister lives in New York with her husband and my niece. And then my oldest sister lives in Texas with my 2 nieces and nephew. So now in Orlando, it's just me and Tyler, and then my older sister and her husband and 2 boys. So normally we all get together for Christmas. Like, it's our Christmas time is like very, 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 very ultra traditional. Like, it is the same every year. It's been the same since I was a baby. It is always the same. All of us get together. My mom does New Year's or Christmas Eve at our house. And since we've been adults like since we've become adults. It's hopped around a little bit. Last year we hosted Christmas Eve. Sometimes one of my other sisters hosts Christmas Eve, but Christmas morning we always go to my mom's house, all of us. And mind you, it's a lot of us. It's 6 kids, 6 siblings. Is it 6 siblings total? Yeah, 6 siblings total. Me, my 4 sisters, and my brother. And then now all of our partners. So Tyler comes, my 2 sisters' husbands come, and then my sister's now fiance. He's been with my sister for 13 years. He comes. So my mom's house is like packed with people on Christmas morning, and it's not even like random people. It's like my immediate, like just my siblings and my parents. And now this year my younger sister is not coming for Christmas because her birthday is also on Christmas Day, and it's her 30th, so she wants to go to Europe. So she's going to Spain like a couple days before her birthday, spending her birthday there, which she has it's her birthday, so she can do whatever she wants. Cool. My older sister that lives in New York will not be coming down here because they're moving down here eventually, and they need to save all of their travel time for when they have to come down here for their house. Cool. So that just leaves me and my other older sister. Well, my oldest sister lives in Texas, so she's not coming. My younger brother also lives in Texas. He's not coming. And then my sister that lives here said she might be going to New York for Christmas, which would leave me, Tyler, my mother, and my father. I think because we've done the same tradition my entire life, it's very hard for me to grasp. It bothers me more than I want to admit because I'm an adult. Like, it's not a big deal. We've had holidays where certain people couldn't come, but I think because this year is going to be so different, because it's just going to be me, Tyler, and my parents, it's very, very weird and very different. And I think because this is the time of year that I kind of, I don't want to say rely, but like, it's like my comfort because everyone is always together. And we go big, we go all out. Like, we go all out. Everybody gets dressed up on Christmas morning. We have like very specific traditions, and I think because we've been doing these traditions for such a long time, it feels very weird to me to break them. I don't like breaking traditions. I don't like it because it's almost like the familiar, like that sense of home is gone. Now it's kind of making me realize that, you know, I'm 31, I am about to be married. All my sisters will be married, well, except for one of them, but all my sisters will be married. They have their own families. Most of us don't live in the same place anymore. So it's like me and Tyler have to start creating our own traditions. Like, that's just what it has to be because my parents are getting older. Like, this is this whole long thing. I'm sorry if I'm boring you with this, but this is very real, and this is really affecting me more than I ever thought it would. You know, since my parents are getting older, they don't want to host all the time because they're exhausted. They don't want to clean up after everyone. So that's why, like, me and my sisters have kind of taken over hosting, which is no big deal. Perfectly fine with hosting. But it's definitely getting to me more than I thought it would, that like I'm no longer a child, and one day we're gonna have to all start our own traditions, and it's very weird to me. Like, because my family is very, very, very tight-knit. Tyler's not close to his family. Tyler spends all the holidays with my family. So it's just weird because until Tyler and I have a kid, we won't really have those traditions to pass on to anyone. It's a part of adulthood that I did not think would bother me as much as it does. And it's getting to me. And I think because the other day I was at my mom's house and we were talking about it. We were talking about how like it's gonna be so different because nobody's gonna be here, and what are we gonna do now? I've been thinking about it every single day and just really got into me. So now I'm like, okay, well, we need to start figuring out if we're gonna do our own thing, like if we're gonna host our own tradition. So Tyler was like, let's just have everyone over here again, and we can, you know, eventually everyone's gonna have to move on from your parents hosting, which is so true because, again, my parents are in their late 60s. They're not gonna be able to host all the time, and especially with all of us, there's so many of us. It's just been a lot for me to grasp, and I didn't realize how much of that change I wouldn't like. And I don't mind change. Change is cool. Like, when I lived in New York, I couldn't be here for every single holiday. I didn't get to come for Thanksgiving. I didn't come for New Year's. I spent those in New York. But Christmas I came, and I was able to spend the traditions with my family. But I do understand that eventually, you know, what if I don't want to live in Florida forever? So what if one year we can't come back? to Orlando and spend the holidays with my entire family. I know that that's a realistic thing because it's like we're all adults now. Like everyone kind of has their own thing, their own stuff to take care of. It's just, it's very weird because look at Lenny. He's literally rolling around in the grass. Lenny, are you having fun? Yeah. Just a little talk, I guess. I'm trying to really understand why I'm feeling how I'm feeling, and I think that has a lot to do with it. So I think this year it's just time to start our new traditions. Like, I'm gonna be married next year for next holiday, and we're hoping to get in our house, like we're hoping to purchase our home next year. So it's like once we buy our house, we're gonna have all new traditions and the way we want to do things and things like that, and it's exciting, but it's also really weird. Like the little girl in me is like, what do you mean nobody's coming for Christmas? What do you mean we're not gonna open presents on Christmas morning? Like that's kind of how I feel. Like the little girl in me is like, what do you mean things are changing? Kind of where I'm at. So I think I'm going to make the pesto, creamy pesto pasta recipe that I found. I've never made it before, so I'm not sure what it tastes like. I'm gonna bring you guys along once I start cooking. It's 5 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna sit on my couch just for a little bit, kind of wind down, finish up a little bit of work, and then I'm gonna start cooking. I think Tyler said he was gonna be done with work around 7, so I figured I'll start cooking like around 6, and dinner should be ready like kind of close to when he gets home. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with the cooking process because you guys already know I cook all the time. I cook every day. All my reels, well, reels. All my vlogs have cooking in them because I love to cook and I love to eat. So I will catch you guys in a little bit when I start cooking. All right, close my laptop. I'm done working for the day. Man, I cannot get over this crushed candy cane candle. Like it just smells so fresh in here because of the candle. I am going to pour myself a glass of white wine. Tyler bought this one. It's pretty rare he buys wines. He only likes Sauv Blanc. We're very particular. We only like New Zealand. It just tastes way different. So I'm about to open up my phone. Let's see what we got. Whoa. I like breathed too hard. So I am making the pasta dish. It is a 1-pot creamy chicken pesto pasta. I love pasta. It's like my favorite thing. If I could eat, I think, one thing forever, it would be pasta. I'll leave the recipe link down below. Person says they use penne, but bow ties or rotini also work well. I think I'm gonna use this. This is organic pasta from Trader Joe's, imported from Italy. It's vegetable radiatore. Guys, I swear, whenever we buy our house, the lighting in the kitchen is gonna be so much better. This house, I've mentioned before, we live downtown, so everything's very old. Like the houses are really old. We have a lot of like upgrades in our specific house, but a lot of things are really old. The lighting sucks. We only have that one booby light. Like, who still has those? But we live in an old house, so. In a lot of these recipes, they don't season anything. And I'm just like, okay, like, how does your food taste? Because I'm not just gonna cook and let the sauce be the flavor. Like, it doesn't say anything about, like, flavoring this chicken. So I'm going to just do salt and pepper so that it actually has a flavor to it. Add the chicken to the skillet and cook over medium heat until the chicken is slightly browned on the outside. While the chicken is cooking, mince garlic. Add the garlic to the skillet with chicken and continue to saute. These from Trader Joe's. These basically, each cube is 1 clove of garlic. It's perfect because these are frozen and you literally just pop them into the stove. Adding the chicken. All right, so my chicken is here. I added the garlic. Good, we're cooking. So now it says to add the uncooked pasta. So this is like a 1-pan recipe. So I'm taking my pasta here, and it says to use half a pound of pasta. I'm just pouring what I know me and Tyler are gonna eat. It calls for 1.5 cups of chicken broth. So I'm putting, there's 1 cup, and then I have to do a half. Stir to dissolve any brown bits from the bottom of the skillet. Place a lid on the skillet and turn the heat up to medium-high and bring it to a boil. Cool. Once the broth comes to a boil, give the pasta a quick stir, put the lid back on, and turn the heat down to medium-low. Let the pasta simmer over medium-low for about 8 minutes or until the pasta is tender and most of the broth has been absorbed. See, this is why it's always good to have chicken broth, like, on hand. I always have it. Pour my milk just to have it ready. So it calls for a cup. So literally pouring it in here. And while it's cooking, I'm just gonna get the rest of the recipe ready. So a cup of milk, 3 ounces of cream cheese. I don't know how much 3 ounces is. And I don't feel like weighing it either, so I'm just gonna wing it. A 1/3 cup of basil pesto. 1/3 cup. I'm gonna put the basil pesto. I have this one, it's the Whole Foods one. I don't know, it was what was on it, was on fresh. Yum, I love pesto. I'm just gonna scoop it out with a spoon. I'm obsessed with that song, guys. Obsessed. What is it called? Sad Girls Love Money, the remix. This one. So good. So here's what it's looking like right now. Sorry, the steam like blows into the camera and then makes everything foggy. Just a quick stir. And it says, once the pasta is tender and most of the broth is absorbed, then add the milk. So there's still a good amount of broth in there, so I'm just gonna let it keep going. And it says once it's boiling to lower it to medium-low, which is what I'm going to do. And we're gonna let that cook. All right, guys, I think we are ready for the next step, which is to add the milk, the cream cheese, and the pesto. So first, I'm adding the milk. Boom. Then, let me turn it this way. We're gonna add the pesto. Pesto right here. And the cream cheese is supposed to be in chunks. So, we're just gonna put little chunks of cream cheese. Literally just cutting it with a spoon. Stir and cook over medium heat until the cream cheese has fully melted into the sauce. Cool. So, stir this up. Okay, so the cream cheese has kind of like dissolved into the sauce. And now it says, add the spinach and the sun-dried tomatoes. And that's it. Cool, easy. These ingredients in my pasta. And I put a lot because they wilt anyway. So I'm gonna lower this all the way down because I don't want it to overcook. Now we do the sun-dried tomatoes. We love sun-dried tomatoes over here. So I'm just gonna pour some in there. Oh damn, these are big. I should have gotten them sliced, but whatever, it's fine. I have to put in the Parmesan. I'm not gonna put, it calls for like a lot. I'm not gonna put that much in there. And I'm actually going to add some of this, which I have mentioned to you guys in almost every recipe. It is my favorite sauce ever. And it just gives like a nice kick to your pasta or really anything you can put it in. It's my favorite. If you like spicy, highly, highly recommend it. And I think I'm actually gonna add those leftover veggies that I had yesterday. I love adding leftover vegetables to my pastas to like bulk them up. And it just adds more vegetables. So, I'm gonna let this cook real quick, finish it up, and then I'll show you how it looks once I'm done. I'm so excited. It smells delicious. I already had like a little taste test and it tastes so good. All right, guys, look at this beauty. So we're about to try it. I haven't tasted it yet, but we're about to see and my camera's gonna die. So this is gonna be the end of the vlog. Perfect. It needs a little bit of salt because again, there was no seasoning involved. So I'm taking a little bit of this pink Himalayan salt. Just a little bit, because like I've mentioned before, I don't like my food super salty. What are you eating? What is in your mouth? Are you kidding, bro? Dogs are like kids. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy this. I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. I'm gonna finish this, put on some Real Housewives, and get to editing.